This is the book of Job, chapter 17 and verse 9. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. Shalom, Laha Alahayim, peace to the gods, Nawathan, Kal, Halalim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Hakwadash, giving all praises to Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, in the name the Holy Spirit, double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do rule well. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the house of David, the hopeful elect scattered abroad. This is your brother Tazapanya, Banyamyan, of the Sons of Yasha Allah camp, out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, offshoot affiliate camp of Great Millstone. Lord willing, I don't want to rock this out. This is quick, straight to the point, as this is a spiritual commentary through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. So if you notice, this is Alaska Prepper, and he's going to talk about what the Banks is getting ready for. I'm not going to spoil it just yet. And it says breaking a catastrophic event. You see that? And a lot of people don't even know the Japanese yen, which is actually one of the top 5 currencies in the world, is pretty much at the same level, zeroed out with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is basically doing the same amount of trading, so to speak, as the Japanese yen is doing. That's one. 2, the U.S. stock market has been crashing, and a lot of niggas ain't talking about. When I say niggas, I'm talking about, Jake in the world. You see what I'm saying? These things we have to be aware of, the financial markets and the Levant region. Why? Because this is prophecy. All right, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So the reason why I started off with Job 17 and 9, where it says the righteous also shall hold on his way, right? Remember the way, I am the way, the life, and the truth, roughly paraphrasing, Yahweh Shai said this. So you're holding fast, which thou hast, let no man take thy crown. Basically, Yahweh Shai. So the righteous is going to hold on to this truth, hold on to the gospel, hold on to the faith that was a gift given from on high, from Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because we're coming to times where you ain't going to have nothing else. You see? It says, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. Stronger in what? The spirit, man. All right? Matter of fact, Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of his salvation. So you're going to get stronger and stronger of hoping for the salvation, the graces and mercy of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. But notice it said clean hands. You see what I'm saying? Remember in Psalms it says, how does a man cleanse his way? By taking heed unto his precepts, his commandments. Okay. Also in Ezekiel, where it says that you're supposed to warn the people as a watchman on lest to get the blood off your hands. You see that? So by you actually doing the work, going to prophesy, all right, you're going to get stronger and stronger in this truth because you're supposed to grow. Okay. That's like you going to the gym. You see what I'm saying? You hitting chest one day, back the other day, legs the other day, shoulders, core. You see what I'm saying? And you're not getting bigger. He's going to be like, what's going on? The apostles been said we're supposed to grow in this thing. So those that have clean hands, those are washing the blood off their hands. Those that are watching and eating the whole roll and teaching, you see what I'm saying? They're going to be good money in Jacob's trouble, because the scriptures say that my servants shall eat, but they shall be hungry. My servants shall drink, but they shall be thirsty, man. All right. So without further ado, let's get into this. Filter it through the scriptures. Get some precepts, closing on out.
The road toward a cashless society is moving a lot quicker than we thought.
Notice how he said a lot quicker than we thought, man. So, and I was going to actually name it this, that, the MOTB It's not tarrying, man. We gonna see this thing come so quick. What we're gonna be surprised. You see what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah said that no flesh will be saved. Basically, if this devil continues to rule, man. So he shortened the days for the elect's sake, and I'm roughly paraphrasing here. You see, because remember, the angels is taking the prayers of the elect of Israel, all right, and sending it to the mediator, and the mediator's which is Yahweh Shai, and he's taking it to the Father because he sits at the right hand. You see, so the Lord is hearing your prayers, man, through the Spirit. You know, which would be, if you can receive it, basically the angels that's working on your minds to get you full understanding of the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? And how they also, you know, send the prayers. It talks about that in Revelation. Okay, but this thing is coming quickly, man, swiftly. It's not tarrying.
It seems that central banks all over the world, including governments, are becoming desperate because they know that the fiat currency game is over. Over 98% of world's central banks are preparing to unleash the global cashless society. And I believe it was the CEO of Bank of America, don't quote me on that. I saw a short snippet of that gentleman saying, this is what we want. We want to get rid of cash. And I'm sure you've heard, as I have through other YouTube channels, that there are people that are currently being put in jail just for asking to take money out of their own bank account. This is money that they've earned, ladies and gentlemen, supposedly money that belongs to them. Remember what Ms. Lynette Zhang says. I always like to quote this because she's 100% right. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And that's to include even the fiat currency that they make us use today. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. So you have to have some in the house. In my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. And the reason is because let's say that we have a huge financial collapse. The dollar will be king for a little bit until people finally wake up and say, wait a minute, this has zero value. There's nothing that I can do with this. There is not much time left before all of your paper and coin cash become obsolete, followed by its replacement with digital cash. This is their dream. It's what they've been wanting to do for a very long time. In a new report, the WEF states that 98% of the world's central banks have agreed to implement the globalist long-awaited fantasy of a completely cashless world that they themselves control, of course.
You see that? So when the script, yo, you cannot make this with nothing else. The book of the Lord, man. What other book through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah prophesied these things millennia ago, man? Come on, man. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their dextrose or in their metapon. Okay? That no man might buy or sell, say he that have the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, what they're not telling you, which what's his name? Richard Warner told you, UBI is going to be the bait for the micro C hip. How are they going to give universal basic income? Through central bank digital current. So this is going to be a grapho, a tool, an application, just like you have your weather app on your iPhone. On the micro C hip, there's going to be many different facets, all right, on this micro C hip, man. So 98%, you see what I'm saying, have agreed, they all come together. So Job 9 and 24 is not official. You see what I'm saying? The world was given unto the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? They're all on board because the international banking families, okay, are the Amalekites of the stock of Edom, okay? The wicked that the Bible speaks of, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
And this is the goal, because when we go digital, they will have all of the control over what you and I can do with our money. if you want to call it our money at that point. The Federal Reserve here in the United States, which is not really federal, but rather controlled by a cabal of elite billionaire bankers, is fully on board with that scheme. All it is waiting for is a black swan triggering event, for example, the collapse of the stock market, to make the switch. Remember what they say, don't ever let a good crisis go to waste.
And I don't know if I would call that the black swan, because they're saying something that they don't know is coming. You feel me? Because we've had stock market crashes, but it could be a black swan as if we're now of a global economy and they just allow it to unfold in itself, you know?
Will the globalists win, however? In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, and I haven't read this part, I think that in the beginning they will think that they're winning, but in the end, good will prevail over bad. And
now let's break that down in the spirit. Yeah, they will think that they're winning because the scriptures say in the book of Job, I'm gonna roughly paraphrase again. All right, when he's about to fill his belly, you know, in his sufficiency, right? Then the Lord going to turn up, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You see, so when he get to the point where he's feeling like, yeah, I'm satisfied, which he can never be satisfied. Talks about that in Habakkuk chapter 2. What is that, verse 5? Okay. You know, he enlargeth his desire as hell, you know, and cannot be satisfied, you see. But then good will prevail. Who would be that good? Yahweh. Because even Yahweh Shah said, why you call me good? Only the Father is good. But then he's going to be representing him. You see what I'm saying? So when he comes back, yeah, he's going to destroy all these kingdoms. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, they're going to start chipping people. But are they going to get everybody chipped? No. Because the elect, 7,000 men, the Most High reserved to not bow the knee to Baal. All right? Which was in context referring to, you know, Elijah, and back then, so the prophets, man, you know, a complete number of men that the Lord has really risen up to have that spirit on them to endure hardness as a good soldier, and Yahweh Shai, you see, and Baal would be this, you know, false lord, this false idol, okay, Esau Edom, you know, who claims to be a god just because he's sitting in the seat of God, but he's not God, man. You know, the scriptures talk in the book of Isaiah that the Most High is going to show that the Egyptians are not God, but are mere men, you know?
let me tell you, these people that print money, that make their own gold and silver, but do it in the form of paper, they will be the ones one day that will throw their gold and silver onto the streets.
Well, really, you know, it's going to be pretty much everybody. One, if you're not of the elect, you're not making out of America. That's one. You see what I'm saying? And talking about they're going to be throwing gold. They're going to be hoarding them shits in their bunkers. But the elect, as New Jerusalem, going to come down and it's going to put them in chains, man. You see, as the scripture prophesies in the book of Psalms. What is that? Chapter 149, right? So, you know, everybody is going to get to a point where they're like, yo, this money is worthless. This gold and silver is worthless. You see what I'm saying? Especially when they see the missiles. So imagine a prepper. He got all this gold and silver stacked up. You see what I'm saying? And he's underground on his computer or whatever little surveillance system. And he's seeing all these fucking falling stars almost looking like, he's going to be like, oh, it's over with. You see what I'm saying?
Because what they have done is they have manipulated God's money and made it their money.
And that's a fact, because the Most High's money is gold, silver, cattle, land, servants. You see what I'm saying? All of these things are assets of value, man. You see what I'm saying?
That's not going to last. It never has. And in this case, it will not either. And in the report that the WEF put out, it states that centralized CBDCs will soon be ready to facilitate a transition into the globalist version of a new world order, which simply builds upon the tyranny of the existing one. And again, they claim that over 98% of the world's central banks are experimenting, piloting, or deploying CBDCs to determine how to modernize the capabilities and improve access to central bank money. the report says. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not why they're doing this. They're doing this because it is the best way that they can use to control your movement.
You see? So when Elder Apostle Gabar says it's all about control, man, it is, man. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what a God does. He has control over his subjects. Proving to you we have no free will, because the Most High, matter of fact, the Elder Amawan Gabar in the main camp, you see what I'm saying, just did a video. Man's goings is of the Lord. You can't do nothing outside of the Lord's will for you, whether it be on the right-hand side or the left-hand side of you Israelites, because he doesn't give a fuck about none of you heathen that are not Israelites. And he definitely, he hates you Edomites, you so-called Caucasians, you Cajuns of Caw. All right?
To control the things that you do. Think about it. If they have control over your money, when can you put gas in your car? Whenever they tell you. When can you
see? So it goes back to that Godship, that God complex. All right. So when we're telling you the prophets, starting with Elder Pastor on down, all right, that the MOTB is the micro C hip, and it's for control, is to make you a slave, a forever slave, to the digital all right, so that they control everything that you do, because they want to be just like the Most High, man. They want to have that feeling.
You buy meat whenever they tell you. When can you go outside this city limit? Whenever they allow you to pump gas outside of this city limit. Oh, but wait a minute. Let's say that we are all on electric vehicles. Same thing. Whenever they allow you to use your credits to recharge outside of that city limit. And besides a financial collapse or a stock market collapse, they say that another likely black swan that could end up facilitating the transition is the collapse of the petrodollar, which is right now being replaced by other currencies by members of the BRICS nations. Once the petrodollar goes away, the system will be ready for the final transition into a globalist fever dream of tyranny and authoritarianism, and that's exactly where they're taking it. Why is this so important? The reason that this particular article is so important, because we've all heard this before, is because it is now being touted on mainstream media. And most of the people get their news from mainstream media, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the age of social media, but most people still get their news from mainstream media. I'm talking about the people that are still somewhat ignorant as to how the world works. Not trying to be critical of anyone.
The only people that really know how the world works is the prophets, bro. You see what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real, you know? Those that have studied the show that self-approved, all right?
But you know what I mean. And this gentleman here being interviewed says that this collapse has already been pre-designed. Nothing happens by happenstance. And listen to this, because this is what I've said often, that it will happen all at once. He says that the only question is whether it will continue to unfold gradually, like it has been, or if it will take place suddenly in the wake of a catastrophic cyber attack or some other black swan event.
You see, so when the scriptures say, you know, the day of the Lord, you know, basically come as a thief in the night, all right, really talking about Yahushua coming back in the missiles, destroying this place, but we could use it as well for when the Lord visits, you know, judgment upon the wicked, man. You see what I'm saying? Because this shit could happen suddenly. The scriptures talk about the people being in great confusion. I did a video on that not too long ago. Victual shall be so good, cheap on the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And then shall evils grow upon the earth, what? Famine, pestilence, the sword, and great confusion. Roughly paraphrasing. Why would people be greatly confused? Just like he just said, a sudden, let's say, cyber attack, so to speak. You know, who knows? But I do believe, I speak as a man, that would be the most efficient way to bring about the MOTB by, you know, you're not knowing where it comes from. It could be an inside job, so on and so forth. You know, not no EMP, you know, something blowing up in the sky that everybody sees. This is a hidden, you know, a matter of fact, in Behold the Pale Horse, it talks about the silent war. You see what I'm saying? how that World War III is the silent war. You know, so things is going to be behind the veil, so to speak, on what's going on, not knowing that we're in World War III right now, right? But the climax is going to be a fuel of fire, as the scriptures say. You see what I'm saying?
WEF founder and director Mr. Schwab is on record predicting a devastating cyber attack that will shut down all or nearly all communications, transportation, and financial transactions for an extended period. And so has the CIA, FBI director, and Homeland Security director as well. So he's not the only one saying this. I'm not sure if these other directors, CIA, Homeland, DHS, if they're parroting what he's saying, but they've been saying the same thing as well, ladies and gentlemen. So get prepared and stay prepared. Perhaps the clearest indication we have that the globalists have been planning the dollar's demise for many years came from Dr. Pippa back in March 2022 while addressing the World Government's Summit. I'll say this boldly, he says. We're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. Listen to this, ladies.
And I like to refer to blockchain as, you know, the left-handed side of the elite's book of the dead, right? Because on the right-hand side, the book of life is those that are written in are the elect. You see? So the ones that's on in the book of the dead is, you know, this God, this false God, Esau, Edom, and how he's accounting people, you feel me, that is with him. Just like those that are on the book of the life is connected and follows their power, those on the book of the dead follows who? Their power, which is Mammon, Esau, Edom, the drag, so on and so forth, Shaitan, right? So that's going to be like they said with the blockchain, with accounting, because blockchain is a DLT, distributed ledger technology. When you look up that word ledger, it literally means to account, to put on record. You see what I'm saying? It's established through an unrighteous decree, and you're going to be fully on that blockchain. I mean, if you use crypto anyway, all your transactions on the blockchain, but they want you on it. The only way you can be on it is if you put that same crypto inside of you, which would be through the MOTB, the RFID hip.
Gentlemen, it means digital. It means having an almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy.
You see, so they want to be like the angels, man, of the Lord. Remember, the angels of the Lord are the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The eyes of the Lord are the angels, the watchers that's watching over everything that you do, writing it down, recording it. They want to do the same thing. They want to be like the Most High, man.
Which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. Wow, I wonder why they can't use that blockchain technology that he was talking about here a couple of years back to, I don't know, keep track of voting maybe? But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Malcolm said this while most of the world was still dealing with the health crisis, psychological operations, they say, which continues to play a pivotal role in the planned destruction of the U.S. economy. And this will be the next 9/11. I have to agree with it because it's going to be devastating. When the dollar loses its value, or the petrodollar, or whatever it is, it stops being the world reserve currency, meaning not by name, but that people and other countries around the world stop accepting it. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a lot of death, unfortunately.
See, and I'm going to end on that because that's straight out of the apostles' mouth, man. One of the first things I remember that I'll remember to this day when I woke up some 8 some odd years ago. You see what I'm saying? Especially, you know, all the apostles said it. They said, but I remember it coming out of Elder Apostle Kabar's mouth. He was like, yo, you know, the next one is going to make 9/11 look like a walk in the park, man. You see? And it could be the crash of the dollar. So I'm going to leave out on 2 scriptures in the Apocrypha, which is in the Old Testament. All right, this is the book of 2 Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So destruction is coming to this world, man. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you could do to stop it because it's coming from the Lord, man. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. It says, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? You see, and that's kind of still the spirit that we in, because we don't know if we're going to be saved, man. We want to be of the hope for elect. We want to be saved, but destruction is coming. A destruction could come unto us, but if we're the elect, we're going to get taken care of. Because just what Ezra saw, he saw like damn near almost, yeah, all is but lost, man. But remember, the Most High has a remnant, okay? And Sawada, that he's not a man that shall lie, man. All right, he's not going to consume the sons of Jacob. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatham, to everybody tuning in. Shalom. On to the next one.